All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig, and you are through to Chick Flicks. Ignore this little logo in the corner. I couldn't find my Chick Flicks logo, so I'll fix that for my next review. Um, so yeah, I thought it was about time that I kind of gave you guys some material. I've got much more on the way. Obviously, just like everything at the moment, the whole world has come to a standstill because of the damn Rona. And subsequently, as a result, no new films at the moment are being made or being released. Even the films that have been made have almost been temporarily shelved until they can find a more appropriate time to release it when people are actually going to the cinema. So subsequently, I've got a lot of movies I can review. And one of them that I decided to review was quite honestly, excuse me, I've just realized something. Yeah, one of them that I can review, quite honestly, is this particular one, and that is Fighting with My Family, a film that is directed by Stephen Merchant, produced by The Rock, and starring Florence Pugh. Um, for me, this was the surprise hit of last year. I thought it was a fantastic film. This film, just for anyone who doesn't know, is about wrestling superstar Paige. Or Soraya Bevis, I believe her name is. And yeah, she has a very unique story, and it's starring Florence Pugh, and it's basically a biopic about how she got into the business. It's a very unique story that she has, and I must admit, when I first heard that a movie was being made about Paige, I was like, oh, why? Like, because this was during, again, if you know the story around Paige, especially particularly 3-4 years ago, things came out about Paige. It was around about that sort of time that this movie was initially announced that it was going to be made. And I thought to myself, flip me, Rock, why would you attach your name to something to do with Paige right now? She's just toxic. Not her herself, but the kind of brand of Paige is toxic at the moment. But I saw the trailer. I was a little bit like, oh, okay, let's see where it goes. And I must admit, I saw this movie and I loved it. I loved it. It was hilarious. It had everything. It had a little bit of heart. I thought it had excellent acting performances, particularly from Florence Pugh and Nick Frost, who I thought were amazing, and the woman who I've forgotten her name, who plays her mum in the film. I thought those three stole the show, to be honest. I thought Vince Vaughn did his thing, supported the film well. Rock has a much smaller role than advertised. Can completely understand why they put him front and center of the poster. But he has basically a glorified cameo role in the movie. But no, I thought this was an excellent movie. Basically, the story is about, having a dream. And even when that dream doesn't go 100% your way, how do you adjust? It's basically the premise of that story. And how does it affect your family? And how does it test you as a character? Just as someone who I'm a wrestling fan, albeit a worn out one. I don't particularly watch the product very much anymore. But just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, you do not need to be a wrestling fan to watch this movie or enjoy this movie. A very good example is, I spoke to my other half. Me and her tend to watch a lot of movies. And this was last year when the movie originally came out. I just turned to her and I said, do you want to watch this movie? It's a really good film, but I appreciate you might not necessarily be that interested in seeing it. She kept an open mind. She was like, all right, cool, let's see what it is. I said, trust me, I think you'll like it. And she was laughing with me throughout that film, really enjoyed it. And she was like, okay, you know me. You clearly know the sort of films I'd like. It's a great story. I thought the end was a little bit rushed. I don't know if they were a bit conscious of runtime. Maybe the real life ending wasn't as polished as this one was. It was very polished in terms of how convenient everything was, but it also seemed like it was done that way because they were starting to run out of time. Maybe they had a consciousness of, because the pacing I thought was really good up until then, and then it just seemed to like really speed up all of a sudden. That's one thing I did notice, but yeah, it is what it is. For me, I thought it was an excellent movie, so much better than I thought it was going to be as well. And I'll give the film an A minus. What do you guys think? Please leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed and liked this video, please subscribe. I am in the motions of doing so much to this now. I've got my intro and outro ready. I'm just polishing off the sign, the logo. So trust me, lots of little things are in the works at the moment for this channel. So keep it locked. I know I've not shown it as much love as I should, but I will. It is the intention to do so. So please keep it locked. I'll be back later this weekend with a second review. I promised you 3 this weekend, so I'm going to give you 2 more. So my high recommendation, do watch this movie. I promise you'll enjoy it. All right, I'm out of here, people. Take care. Deuces.